Hello, welcome again to another episode. I'm really excited to have with me here my friend, my brother. We go way back, 2016 or so, in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thank you so much, Chuck, for honoring this invitation to be here today. So instead of me introducing you, I will let you introduce yourself.
Okay, Ben, thank you. I'm so glad to be here with you. And I see my name comes up as Dawn and Chuck Egerton, so I should start with mentioning my wife Dawn, who's my mentor, my beloved, and we've been together now. I think we're coming up on 48 years now. Be our 48th anniversary coming up. We've survived each other for that long because it's a lot of hard work, I tell you. But just a little bit about me. I grew up in Connecticut near New York City,
Hmm.
and let's see. I went to in terms of schools, I went to art school. I went to art school in Baltimore at the Maryland Institute, and I still love drawing and painting. I still do drawing and painting from that, and that's where Dawn and I met.
Okay.
And then I went on to get photography degree, and so that's how I'm always loved photography, and I would say I'm a photographer, an artist, writer, all of those things. Not not great at any of them necessarily, but I'm doing all of them. And then I got into peace and conflict studies. I was doing a lot of work with racial justice, and I wanted to delve more into it. So I saw peace and conflict studies was the most interesting field or discipline connected to those ideas. So I got my master's, and then eventually that's when I met you, Ben, was I went to get my PhD in Winnipeg. So that's kind of where I am. That's a quick little snippet of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. I mean, to begin with, for the age anniversary coming up soon, congratulations.
Thank you.
Like we may need another session for you to tell us how, how you and Don were able to uh, keep up with each other. For
I
the age.
don't think we could have that without an argument involved. What I always say is the reason we survived is because we have really good arguments.
Oh, okay, okay. That is a good one. Congratulations. We wish you many, many, many more beautiful years.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, so many things there. You said jack of all trades. I heard a
Mhm.
saying yesterday, jack of all trades, master of some. Uh,
Or sometimes none, but
you know, they said to the master of some, at least the ones I
yeah.
know. I'm sure there are so many others, photographer and artists, peace and conflict,
Mhm. Mhm.
scholar, humanitarian, and so much more. Um,
Mhm.
and how did you decide then from being an artist? Where did you see the connection with peace and conflict studies?
That's a really good question. I think the arts have always been a means of expression, and the arts are often misunderstood in terms of their power. I think Picasso said, painting is a weapon. He talked about the fact that in terms of social justice and its power to communicate and even inspire others. So I've always kind of understood that art was really important, and so I think before I went into peace and conflict studies, I started a project called Common Visions, and it was to engage people in talking about race by using disposable cameras.
Mhm.
So this was pre-digital. Do you remember that, Ben? Pre-digital? When we had
I, I
film
have
cameras?
a faint memory.
I'm teasing you. You're not that young. You're not that young. But we used, and I got a grant for it, and it was wonderfully successful. It was wonderfully successful. We had exhibits of the work that people would use, and I saw photography as a nonverbal bridge.
Mm.
over what I call the quagmire of discussions on race,
Wow.
because we would often get so tongue-tied in the discussions. But what the photography did was this nonverbal bridge. It brought people together, because people would take pictures of their families. They'd go to church and take their take
Mm.
pictures and bring them. And then we'd share pictures together and look at them. And then we had an exhibit at the end. We selected pictures from the group. So
Oh.
there was a lot involved in it's called Common Visions, and I'm thinking this is now 25 years ago,
Wow.
but it's something I'm thinking about reviving, because I'd have to do a digital version of it, but it's very powerful. So that's how I saw photography, and the ability for it to bridge conflict
Mm.
by this nonverbal, the power of its nonverbal qualities. Yeah.
Wow.